So I forgot to turn the audio back on because I do ending screens by, recording gameplay, and I completely forgot to turn the audio back on. So for this episode, it will be a voiceover, thanks to my friend Allie who gave me the idea. Allie is a good supporter of the channel. Uh, so let's talk about the, episode here. So this episode is a very simple one. I was actually debating on if I should just get rid of this episode and just say fuck it. And just say I grinded in between. So here's Dean. We need to get the drill arm for him, and I was saying that like Dean right now is not the greatest. We need to get an upgrade. So I use up some of the titanium to get the titanium ingots that I need for the moon pool. The moon pool is a place where we can recharge Dean, and we can also be able to, get upgrades and stuff like that. So building this moon pool is not the easiest thing, since it's the biggest. Well, it used to be the biggest building. It was the biggest building. So I used to really hate this thing because it was one of the bigger buildings and it would just suck to place because you'd have to find a really good spot for it because it would take up so much room. So I'd basically just try to find a spot for it, and then once I find it, I put it down. And it takes a long time because you're just trying to find a fucking good spot. So now that we have the moon pool, we have to go get the upgrade station, and the only way to do that is to get computer chips and such. So I park Dean real quick so I could show it off. There you go. It's the same as Subnautica. So I ran off and tried to place down all my stuff that I need. So I need computer chips, I need table coral, need all kinds of things. So I went out because I was like, okay, what do I need? This. Alright. This. Okay, cool. Get rid of Dean. Got it. And now I notice, yes, copper. So that's one of the things that I need. So I need copper. I went out and I was like, okay, time to go gather some copper. And then I'm like, oh, wait a minute. I have vehicles. I should just go use that, dingus. Yeah, you kind of don't realize you have vehicles until you have them. And then you're like, oh, shit. And then you go use them. You get used to not having support vehicles. So I went back, went inside the moon pool real quick to go drop off any items that I had to try to convert them into stuff like water and such. There you go. And then I'm like, okay, let me just grab some food as well. Since I'm out of water, I'm also going to be needing food. So there we go. Eat some nice creamy nuts. My creamy nuts in your mouth. Let me grab some more copper. Notice there's no table coral, and now I have a new mission, get the table coral. I knew I needed table coral, but I stupidly didn't grab enough, so I needed more. Whee! So we go over to Shell, actually, because Shell chased me down, and I noticed that, and I was like, ah, shit. And then she chased me, and I'm like, well, fuck. She grabs me, she takes me over to her area, and I said, you know what? Fucking goddamn it, Shell, go away. And I punched her a few times, and she's like, I don't give a fuck. Because she's a Leviathan, she don't give a shit. Such a majestic creature, but if you punch them, they will go slightly further away. They leave you alone a little bit, but if they are in aggro mode, they will hunt you down again. They don't care. Leave me alone. So I didn't punch her anymore because I'm like, I don't want to really hurt this poor thing. I just want it to go away. So I went down, pulled out my repair tool, and started repairing on my Dean. So after repairing Dean a little bit and, giving him a little bit more health to survive, I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm here. I'm just going to go grab this shit. Sleeper module. Sleeper modules are really helpful and basically give you the ability to sleep off the nights, but also have a respawn area for your sea truck. Because I believe you respawn at the sea truck no matter what, but this allows you to sleep and give you a nice little area. I think it also gives you a jute box as well, and I think a picture. So over here was the booster tank. I decided to skip out on this deliberately because I don't like it. Found ourselves a water analysis station. I will reveal what Alan said in the next episode because I fucked up. So here we go. Shell was chasing me. I went behind some ice. I was like, okay, is she done? And she turned around and she decided to do a cute little orca flip. She always does that. She always tries to look like innocent. I'm like, okay, you're cool. And then she chases me and I'm like, fuck. Oh, there's another orca flip. She's like, look at me, I'm safe to play with. And then she turns around and she's like, alright, I'm ready to get you. I don't like it. Scary. So I went back to my prawn suit, decided to not put away anything. I decided to go off and try to circle around so that way she doesn't chase me no more. Very scary. It is very difficult to avoid Leviathans in Subnautica because they will just deliberately target you, and the only way you can get away from them is to actually like run away. So now that all that's taken care of, I decided to do a wide U-turn and go straight to the Twisty Bridges. The Twisty Bridges is going to have the table coral that I need. You can't grow table coral. Sucks, but you know, it's alright. I kind of wish table coral was a little bit more common. Because honestly, like the original Subnautica, they did try to make table coral common. They put it in the, you know, acid lakes and shit. The Lost River. There you go. That's what it's called, the Lost River. So yeah, I don't know why the Lost River had table coral, but that would be nice if table coral was in multiple places for computer chips and stuff, or at least a super table coral or something. God damn. So I tried looking around. I went going out for table coral because all of it is in here, so it's really annoying. It's like you have to come here to get all the shit, and there's also a ton of ribbon plants, so you might as well come here anyway for batteries and ore and stuff. It's basically a place where you have to clean it out in order to, you know, not come back to it, because you do come back to this place for ore. It's that useful. But it's the only, like, biome you come back to. You don't really come back to the copper mining site or anything like that. I might try to, you know, go to the copper mining site more than once. That'd be nice. So after gathering the table coral, I was like, alright, this place sucks. And I went up to try to go back to my base. But then I realized, that's not base. I thought that looked like a sea truck. It was not a sea truck. And in fact, it was right behind me the whole time, and I was like, son of a bitch, I am a dumb motherfucker. Alright, it's morning. So I'm like, son of a bitch, I went the wrong ass way. Dumb fuck. I was like, whatevs, I can go back. So anyway, about this platform with the electrical cable that we didn't see before, or we went there but we didn't say anything about it, there's actually a little bottom area filled with loot and stuff, and I forgot about it. I was like, oh yeah, this place, I forgot. It's where you're supposed to get a beacon fragment if you don't have the beacon. And there's a lot more of these around, so we have to go find them all, because a lot of them have good stuff in them. So I went back to base. I'm like, okay, time to get back to base. And then I realized something in the middle of going back to the base. I was like, why do I jump so low? Why am I not jumping high enough? Why am I not breaching out of the water? That doesn't seem right. And I notice, ah, shit. I have the jump thing the whole time. That would have been helpful. So I use it to kind of propel myself, and I use it to like jump around. The jump module is super important for traveling around with Dean, because Dean is such a slow fucking clunky bastard. Goddamn slow bitch. Let's go. So I finally got back to base. I was like, alright. Answer message. So this we'll talk about later. Alan's talking about, you know, how do humans, you know, live with such an inferior body and stuff like that. So we'll chat about that later. I'll even try to use the same dialogue I used before. Same joke I said, but it's all good. We'll get back to that later. So we need the drill arm. That's the most important thing. Once we get this drill arm, everything will unlock. And in the next episode, that is exactly what we will be doing, is trying to use this drill arm to gather materials. I hope you have enjoyed this episode. I'm sorry I had to do a voiceover, but, you know, what can you do? You fuck up with the audio, you gotta do something. Had to fix my VTuber real quick. There you go. So I was like, alright, let me go get some fucking titanium so I can make the drill arm. Such a beautiful biome this is. My friend Allie likes this biome. I think this biome's pretty nice too. That's why I always live in it. That, and it's also like one of the safer biomes if you can kind of forget about the cryptosuchuses and the one chelicerate that's on the side. But it's only one chelicerate that you can easily avoid. I just stupidly built next to it. So I went out, I was like, where the fuck is the titanium? This shit's like not here. Oh, here we go. Bam, titanium. I'm like, okay, I don't need to go any further than that. I just need the one titanium. Almost confused the drop pod for the fucking base again. Every time I look at it, it's just a round thing that looks like fucking the sea truck. So I get very confused. I probably will show you how to not get confused by that in the next episode now that we have a bunch of things. But that'll be for the next episode. So now I'm gonna go build the drill arm. And I hope you have enjoyed this episode. Thank y'all so much for watching. I appreciate all the support and all the love that y'all send me. And sorry that this was a voiceover episode, but I'll make it up to you in the next one. See you guys next time.